Road safety training through play at Jumicar or Jumicar for short. Children and road traffic. Thousands of children are involved in accidents on Europe's roads every year. This means that in Germany alone, a child is injured every 13 minutes. Alarming figures which should encourage all parents to take every opportunity to prepare their children for dealing with traffic. Helping children to recognize and correctly judge hazards is an important step on the way to reducing the number of accidents in which they're involved. This is where Jumicar's idea comes in. Nobody can say that we don't test all the cars ourselves, even these small cars for our group of little motorists here. Hello and a warm welcome to all of you watching at home to this week's edition of Auto, Motor und Sport TV. Our topic today is children on the roads, a very important subject because more than 50,000 children of all ages fall victim to road accidents in Germany. 1,200 of these accidents end in fatalities, and that of course is 1,200 too many. So what can be done? We car drivers can pay more attention, that's one measure. The other is road safety training for children. There are some sensible ideas around and some that are unsuitable. Among the sensible ones, in my opinion, is Jumicar, Junior Mini Car. In these small motorized cars, children can experience concrete traffic situations on special training circuits. The aim of Jumicar is that children should learn about traffic through play as realistically as possible. This calls for a few rules which can be learned in a short theory course. School classes often do this, and at the end there's even a children's driving license as a treat. The Jumicar idea is certainly well received and has in the meantime expanded to cover 142 practice circuits in 14 countries throughout Europe, and these figures are steadily increasing. Today we're going to take a look at the whole setup in the Jumicar practice site in Hamburg. Here the children are driving on the practice circuit. Proper cars with Honda 4-stroke engines and 4 HP, tuned down to a maximum speed of 15 kilometers per hour, hydraulic brake, accelerator pedal, or automatics of course. Fuel consumption 0.3 liters normal unleaded per hour. 52 decibels noise level, that's quieter than a vacuum cleaner. The material is a type of polyethylene, so it doesn't splinter. That's also very important. There's no way it can break. The cars are built specially for this purpose in Finland and sold throughout Europe. The value of each car is approximately 3,000 euros. However, it should be pointed out that the Jumicars are not freely available. They can only be bought and operated by licensees. The normal course of events, as I'm sure you'll agree, is as follows. At the age of 5, the children get a bicycle. At 6, they're already riding on the road. And at 7, many of them still don't know what a stop sign is. That's why the children here at Jumicar are taken from junction to junction on foot before they're even allowed into a car on the circuit. They're shown the route, each sign is discussed separately, and then they can set off in the car. Pedal cars now belong firmly to the past. The cars on the practice circuits, in keeping with the times, can actually be driven. The traffic situations are simply more authentic. Parents can ride as passengers if they want, just like me. Children can see with the eyes of the car driver, but also experience the situations that may confront pedestrians or cyclists. And even though he's looking rather serious at the moment, there really is a lot of fun in the way the serious business of road safety is taught here. The road safety training at Jumicar is carried out by state-certified driving instructors such as Klaus Angerer, for example. What's the main difference between his normal clientele and the visitors who come here? Well, they're much smaller and younger, of course, and they come here with so much enthusiasm. We do it in the usual way, carrying out a driving test by teaching theory, and then the children fill in a questionnaire. Then we go onto the circuit and observe the children very closely to see if they make any mistakes or not. We correct any errors made on the spot. So the children have learnt a skill for life? Yes, the children are here very often. They don't just come once. Even when they've got their driving license, they keep coming back. Some of them actually turn up at our driving school, and I do have the feeling that they really have learnt something with Jumicar. A word now on the safety of the Jumicars. That's something that will interest parents especially. All the cars are officially inspected as a matter of course. They have bumpers back and front. The material cannot be broken, as I mentioned before. All children like Theo here wear helmets and seat belts. The barriers are light and made of polyethylene, and in the last 10 years there hasn't been a single accident at Jumicar. By the way, it's not just the children who are being educated here. That's one of the pleasant side effects at Jumicar. In fact, the parents come too and say, "What you're doing with our children here is disastrous." Ironically, of course, because from then on, the parents have to live with their children correcting them in the car, forgetting the seat belt, ignoring a stop sign. The children see everything, they know the score, and show their parents no mercy. Well, it can't do any harm, can it? So what have you learnt then? Well, it's fun to drive, and we've learnt the road signs as well. And we've learnt lots of new traffic rules, and now we know when we have to stop and when we can drive fast or when we have to drive slowly. That's going to be really useful on the way to school. Do you think your parents always do everything right in the car? Well, sometimes they drive faster than they're allowed. Ah, you've caught your parents doing something wrong as well? Yes, driving through traffic lights when they turn to amber. The driving instructor, Mr. Angerer, has just told us that at the end, those who want to can take a test to get their Jumicar driving license, specially suited to children, of course. And at the end, there's this small driving license. And typical test question, what do you do at a traffic light? Always stop? Wait at red until it changes to green? Well, mistakes, as we've already seen, are then corrected on the circuit. Last year alone, Jumicar registered a good 3 million children in Europe. Incidentally, they can also have their birthday parties at one of the circuits. That's very popular. You can also arrange for Jumicar to come to your own backyard. And you can also book Jumicar for company events on the firm's premises. This type of event is often booked by car showrooms.